Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Coach Timmy, and today I'm going to be breaking down FNCS Grand Royale for you. The reason I'm doing this is because I had no idea how the format worked myself, so I went and I looked it up and realized just how confusing it could be, and therefore I thought someone else might need explaining. So if you go on to find this useful, like the video, let's get into it. So the easiest way to think about Grand Royale is that we've got four kinds of sessions. We've got the load session, the reload path sessions, the victory path sessions, and then finals. So to start off with, on November the 12th, we only have the one load session. There is only the one. There is no second load session. Don't let anything confuse you about that. This is the one time you have to qualify into the top 33 teams. This is the easiest time to qualify into a victory path session. So make sure you are playing your absolute best on November the 12th in your first load session. So what happens is the top 33 teams from the load session go into Victory Path Session 1. Everyone else below that, so teams 34th and onwards, they go from that into Reload Path Session 1. So we've got everyone in Load Session, top 33 teams move into Victory Path Session 1, and then everyone else goes into Reload Path Session 1. The load session format is fairly similar to what we've seen across previous FNCSs, with 25 points for Vic Roy, 20 points for second, cumulative points of course, with 1 point per elim. So it's just like every other qualifying format we've had, I think, across the last couple of FNCSs. So you're not strictly playing for the win here. This is of course all about getting as many points as you can to get that top 33. Now from here we've got the Victory Path Session 1 and Reload Path Session 1. We'll start off with Victory Path Session 1. From here, these guys are going to play 8 games. Those 8 games are essentially 8 reboot rounds. The winners of all of those 8 games go straight into the FNCS Grand Royale Finals. Yes, you heard that right. All 8 winners straight into FNCS Grand Royale Finals. Meanwhile, the Reload Path Session 1 is being played. Now, because we are losing 8 game winners from Victory Path Session 1, we need to replace those from Reload Path Session 1. So with a similar scoring format to the load session, the top 8 teams go from the Reload Path Session 1 into Victory Path Session 2. And every other team who was in Victory Path Session 1 who didn't win a game also carries over into Victory Path Session 2. Now, you could ask, what happens if I came second in all 8 games across Victory Path Session 1? How is that fair? Now, only one team qualifies through consistency, and that is done through the consistency points victory path. For every placement you get outside of first in a Victory Path session, remember, first gets you automatic qualification, you will get what they are calling consistency points. So for second place, you get 20, third, you get 15, fourth, 10, and then it goes down in increments of 2 or 1 from there down to 10th place. So if you get a top 10, you get consistency points. The one team, yes, you heard me right, the one team with the most consistency points across all 4 of the Victory Path sessions will be the last team to qualify for the FNCS Grand Royale Finals. So how does that keep working? Like I said, from Reload Path Session 1, the top 8 teams go through. If you are 9th or below, you go straight into Reload Path Session 2. Victory Path Session 2 plays out. 8 game winners go through. The remaining teams who didn't win a game go through to Victory Path Session 3. And of course, this keeps going until we have finished up 4 Victory Path sessions. Like I said, the one team with the most consistency points across all 4 Victory Path sessions is the one team that will qualify through consistency. So the most important thing to be focusing on here, if you're doing some voter reviewing, you want to be looking and studying people who were winning games in FNCS finals, because these games are going to be stacked. It's going to be all about the win, and there's going to be some interesting surge stuff to happen as well. Remember, when you take 7 teams out of the game, you're essentially taking 21 players out, making that last game where 7 teams have been removed a lot different in terms of surge. There's going to be some interesting dynamics with how this works. From my personal opinion, I hate it. I think this format is stupid. I don't think it's going to work. We're essentially going to see 32 reboot rounds, and last season where we had 12, I thought that was oversaturation. I wasn't a big fan of it. I think this is something that they have now gone way overboard with, and especially when you've got as big a prize pool as you do, which let me just read you through that right now. We've got EU with 2.25 million US dollars on the line, NAS with $1 million, Brazil's got 700,000, NA West with 400,000, Asia's got 250,000 on the line, Middle East with 200,000 on the line, and then OCE, of course, the minnows, down there with 152,000 on the line. Just to put that in context for you, OCE has a normal prize pool across any FNCS of 90,000. So the fact that this has got a $60,000 boost and it is completely reliant on winning games, which is of course sometimes relates to RNG. Do you pull zones? Do you not pull zones? Do people around you give you free surge? Like, there is definitely stuff that is outside of your control that can go your way towards winning a game. And to be honest, only one team qualifying out of consistency kind of makes my blood boil a bit when you think about some of those teams that qualified to finals last season who really didn't deserve to because they just weren't consistent enough. They just managed to win one of the 12 reboot round games on offer. Now, for me, I think the most egregious part of this whole format thing is actually the finals format. So the finals is played across November the 20th and 21st, and each day, like usual, we'll have 6 games. Victory Royale is worth 30 points, each elim is worth 2 points. Fairly standard for day 1, but then for day 2, they are doubling the points. Again, I just don't get it. I don't see why they need to do this. I don't see how this helps anyone. I feel like if you have a good day 1, it can be completely erased by an average day 2 and by someone popping off on day 2. I don't understand it. I don't know what they're trying to do with a bigger day 2. I don't know what the thought process is. I am completely baffled by it, to be completely honest. It's not that you're making day 1 completely useless. It's just that you're kind of making it slightly useless. And if you have a bad day 1, you can, of course, making up for it with a better day 2 is kind of cool. But does that make it okay? I don't know. I think it's stupid. I really do. I really wish they would have done more communicating with within the competitive Discord, just asking people what they thought of the thing, what they thought of the format. I am fairly certain we all would have unanimously said we're not a fan of it, and they could have taken that and said no anyway. And I think that's the worry with the way that Fortnite's going at the moment, is that they're more than happy to just try some things without consulting the people who actually know the game really intimately, who know the community really intimately. So I'd like to just see a little bit more communication go that way. I don't know how this is broken down to this, but anyway, that's me done for the day. Hope you guys found this useful some way. Good luck if you're playing in this. Remember, it's all about the win, so go study the VODs about people who've won a bunch of games. I'd suggest someone like Vortex on OCE. I'd suggest someone like Aqua on EU. Someone who's really good at finding a way to find height consistently, who's got the balls to do it. And of course, it's all about you guys having the balls to do it yourself in those games. So go out there, learn to sui height, and good luck. I'll catch you guys later. Peace. Just a little part 2 to say thank you for all the continued support on my Twitch. I will be doing all viewing parties of all, Grand Royale events and other third-party events on my channel. I've sort of stopped doing the VOD reviewing stuff, mainly because that stuff does take a lot of time and a lot of effort. And if I'm completely honest, I am just swamped at my real work at the moment. If you guys don't know, I'm an engineer and I'm just completely swamped. Everyone wanting their jobs done before Christmas, so I'm just a little bit overwhelmed at the moment, so I'm putting focus on things that do well for my channel, and at the moment that is definitely a big focus on the viewing parties and to sort of grow my brand as the guy that you can come to who's going to watch OCE consistently. So thank you all if you are supporters of me on Twitch over there. I'm going to try come back to posting a little bit more often on YouTube, but no guarantees, sorry, until this sort of dies down. Hoping to come back with a spring on my step for next year, but for now, my focus is on keeping myself a bit balanced, trying to lose a bit of weight, be a little more healthy, and yeah, I really appreciate the support anyway. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate all the love, and I'll catch you later. Peace.